everyone. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, so I thought it was about time that I get back on the grind. And I was thinking the last couple days about money a lot. The reason being is, as I'm sure most of you know, I've been in India the last couple months, and I was starting to get a little worried about coming back to school and how I was going to pay for my tuition, my bills, everything, because it's a big concern, especially as a college student. So I was thinking, when did that shift happen in me of going from this mindset of poverty or of lacking or of this need for money and feeling like it wasn't there for me and that it was this big source of pain and struggle, to realizing that it's a tool for not only my success but for my consciousness, and that it actually has a lot of positive benefits even from a spiritual perspective. So I wanted to explain a little bit about how my mindset shifted from this poverty mindset into one of abundance, and what exactly got me to the place I'm in where I'm able now to very easily and feasibly manifest large sums of money, not just money itself, but also anything that I really want or need. I've been able to manifest in my life for a few reasons, and so I'm just going to share a little bit about that, because I know it can really be a struggle, especially at this age in life when you're first becoming an adult and you don't really know how to create this abundance for yourself, especially feeling like, what are my skills? What do I have to offer to the world? Like, why am I valuable, right? So I would say that my biggest shift in cognition about money happened actually last fall at one of the wealth workshops at my temple under Swamiji. And this workshop was about what are your beliefs on wealth and how they affect your day-to-day reality and experience with it. And I came to realize through Swamiji's words, actually, I remember he specifically said this, something that stuck with me so much. It was that he said, actually, in his life, he's seen more arrogant poor people than arrogant rich people. And what he meant by that is that he was saying, actually, more quote-unquote poor people that he's encountered and experienced have more arrogance towards those that have abundance, hold that almost like an arrogance and confidence in that they don't have a lot. And they almost build up this identity around the fact that, oh, well, I understand the world more because I am not rich and I am down to earth for these reasons because I've had a real experience and you haven't. And I actually realized that I was holding that cognition. You see, I grew up in a pretty middle-class family in my younger childhood, but around middle school in 7th and 8th grade, my family went through a lot of major changes, especially financially. My dad lost his job, and it really impacted our family a lot. And my mom had never worked up until that point because she was raising us, and so it kind of shifted our whole family dynamic. And basically since then, it was that I have been living with all of high school my mom as my support system, and she was making, minimum about $50,000 a year, and at least for where we live, that is barely cutting it, especially raising 2 kids. So we had to change a lot of our lifestyle, and I realized it opened my eyes a lot to the reality of life, I would say, and I'm really grateful that we had that experience, because as a kid I never thought about money, but then as a teenager I always thought about money, and I realized the value of money, and I also saw a whole side of life and politics that I hadn't been a part of previously, and so that really shifted a lot of my cognitions. But negatively, I realized that, wow, I've been putting myself almost on a pedestal because I struggle for money. It was like almost like something I was proud of. And I think a lot of us like get this mindset, which is so ironic because we tend to see or judge rich people as having this whole like, oh, I'm better than you because I'm rich, but really often we hold that cognition as people that maybe don't have a lot of money too. And so basically, I think that was the biggest shift for me, is realizing, number one, that I had that belief, and then realizing that I needed to change it. And in which ways, I'll explain. So I also realized alongside that cognition was the fact that I thought money made people bad. So because I thought I was good because I didn't have it, or that people who didn't have it were better people, in turn, that meant money itself was a kind of a corrupting factor in a way. So what that puts out into the universe, right, is a repulsion of money. Because if you believe and cognize to your core that money is going to make me a bad person because I've seen other people I know and love turn into bad people because of it, money will stop coming to you, right? So you're constantly repeating that belief to the universe. And I was totally doing that. And so I realized that's why I've been struggling so much for money, is that I've been putting it out there that almost like the core of me didn't want it at all, because I wanted to maintain my persona and my essence. And so I was just pushing it away. And so just recognizing those beliefs, I kind of started to switch them. And since then, oh my gosh, I can't even explain the multitude of stories I have about how much money has just flowed through my life. And I really mean that. It's not even that I've changed so much of my actions, my jobs, my nothing. It's that money is just constantly, it's like a stream towards me now. And I think this gets back into the one principle of manifestation. And a lot of people have heard of The Secret. It was this big documentary book, remember, a couple years back that became this huge phenomenon. And I think it was good in some ways because it opened people's eyes to that idea that you create your reality, but it was off in a lot of ways. And one big way that it was off is that manifestation does not have to do with your desire. So just because you want a bike doesn't mean you're going to get a bike. If you believe that you're going to get a bike, you will get a bike. So it's actually about what you believe, not about what you desire. And this is such an important factor if you're trying to manifest anything in your life, I would say. Is, right, we see this with often relationships, right? If someone's like, I want a boyfriend so bad, like, I'm so lonely, I've wanted one for so long, why haven't I got one? It's because you have the desire, but not the belief that you'll get one. You don't believe at all that you'll get one. And if anything, the repetition of the word want in definition means a lack of. So when we repeat, I want this, I want this, I want this, all that does is actually completely push it away more and more and more, because all we're acknowledging is that we don't have it already. So, biggest key to manifestation is the knowledge that you will have it and you already do have it. It's the knowledge and the gratitude of that. So, for example, I'll take my story, this most recent example. So, as I'm coming home from India, like I was saying, I was like, oh, how am I going to pay my tuition? How am I going to pay my apartment, my rent, everything? I get home. I'm home for only 24 hours. I get back, I go to my grandma's, and one of the first things she says to me is, oh, Jill, I don't know if you got this card I sent you in the mail for your birthday, which my birthday was in September, a couple months back. And I was like, no, I never got that card. And she was like, oh, I didn't think so. Well, I had sent a check for you then. So here it is now. And my grandma proceeds to give me a check. And I was like, what? That was crazy, because I didn't even know that card existed. And it was something so funny that happened, because she had said she sent it 3 months ago. So that happened. And I was like, wow, cool. Already starting to get some more abundance in my life. Then I checked my email. I had gotten 2 emails from USC, my school, saying that I had gotten $2,000 directly into my bank account for no reason, because the last time I checked the bill, I owed $5,000. So I was like, what? That makes no sense, but all right, I'll take it. Cool. So I'm on a roll here. So the next day, I go online to go pay the rest of my tuition, or at least see what I owed. I go on to my USC account, I log in, and I see $0 as the balance. So not only did I not pay that tuition, I also got $2,000 deposited into my account, got a check from my grandma, all within the first 48 hours of being home. And I had been wanting a new phone because my phone has been really messed up since the update came out. You know, all the old phones start glitching, the iPhones. So I'd been wanting a new phone. And also for making these YouTube videos, I have had no storage on my phone at all, so I haven't been able to make videos. So I was like, Mom, I really want to switch. I had randomly been talking to my mom about switching to T-Mobile because they have unlimited international data, or so we had heard. And I always am traveling, so she was like, okay, I guess we can go like check it out. If it's cheaper, maybe we can think about it. So we go to T-Mobile, and lo and behold, end up finding out that we're going to be saving money every single month on our bill. We now get unlimited data, both domestic and international, which we had never had before. And I got a new phone, completely free, an iPhone 7, which has a better camera for me to make videos, for me to use, and a bunch of storage. So it's just so cool that like all these things just fall into place so easily in my life now. It's just like clockwork, you know? And really I think it goes back to those beliefs that we hold in our system. And I'm going to talk more about manifestation in further videos, because I have to say it's been one of the most fun things to learn in spirituality, is the power of manifestation, of creating our reality, and also the most important, I believe, because it basically gives you confirmation that you are the creator of your reality. And I think that cognition in itself is so important to have, because it shows you who you really are. It shows you like that you aren't just this little person and the universe is it's like you're susceptible to all the forces of the universe. It's that you are the force of the universe. And I just love that, because it's just so fun and also just an amazing way to experience life every single day. So thanks for listening to some of my stories about manifesting money. I'm going to make another video soon about more specific examples of how I've manifested large sums of money to get me to these inner awakening programs that I've been attending in India the last couple years, because I know a lot of people ask about that, and it's a huge concern for a lot of people of attending the program is, wow, that sounds like such a big, large number of like, how am I going to get that much money? And I've had just amazing miracle experiences with getting to inner awakening and manifesting these big sums of money. So thanks, guys, and let me know if you have any questions, comment, and let me know, and I'll stay tuned shortly. All right, Nithyananda.